understand this. This is going to blow your mind. See, we think the problem is ultimately the devil. We look at it as if the devil is the reason why all these things has occurred. And I tell you, he is a major reason for things that has occurred. Oh yes, he is. But here's the thing. The devil is the influencer of sin. Sin is a power that is only released through action. It is the enemy is influencer of death. See, God said, I gave man eternal life. See, the enemy is upset because the spiritual gem is that he is a spiritual being. A spirit that God gave all, because God birthed spirit, because God is spirit. Whatever he created, it has spirit, right? The enemy is pissed off because he knows that he's a spiritual being. Spirits live forever. Spirits are not dead. That's the reason why the kingdom of, where he says going to hell, is a eternal punishing place for the spirit. Inside of us, we have spiritual beings. In our flesh, we have a soul. All right. This is one dimension of the, of a spiritual revelation that I'm not going to get into fully. He is an influencer of death. Because the devil is not death. The spiritual dimension is not all the devil. See, we give him too much power than what he's supposed to have. He operates, and whoever God created him to do, he is an influencer of disruption. See, he understands that God was so magnificent in the elemental creation aspect of life. So what does he do? He tries to disrupt the elements in all the dimensions of the spirit that God created. Just like the movie Hercules, as I said before in a previous TikTok I made. He is the influencer of death. He wants us to die. He wants us to be in trouble, to not fulfill what will cause you to be redeemed. He doesn't want you to live holy because it puts things back in order. See, he's not God. He is limited as well. He needs an army. God is saying, what is it that he's really? He has disrupted spiritual elements. He's an influencer, means he's trying to get you to sin. And sin is what? The unlawful act against the law of God. See, we got to understand he's disrupting things, the spiritual realm. Whatsoever we bound on earth. This is why God said bound on earth. Because what happens is there was heaven on earth. When we talk about the Garden of Eden, it was a place between spirit and flesh. A meeting point for man to supper with and commune with God. But now man had no connection anymore to the Garden of Eden. Do you hear? Do you listen? I wanna go into it so deeply. But this is why they sit here and we talk about the horses of Revelation. They didn't say that the enemy was on all the horses. Because he is not what we make him like he's this God. He's not. He's going to be one that's cast into the fire, but so are the other things that work on the army of the enemy. He released things that God had bound. See, it was things that God is so magnificent. It will blow you. God knows. I'm heavy in the spirit right now, and a good thing. The glory I feel because he's releasing revelation. Many of us need to understand this. There's strategic points of prayer because of the fact that we're not just praying against the enemy. We're not just praying against his form of Leviathan or the beast. He has many forms, but he's still ultimately one spiritual being. He's a disruptor. He's a disruption. He's chaos. He's chaotic in his aura.